This is the Dantin Bridge en route to the Gambia's capital city, Banjul. It is an important crossing point linking the island city to the rest of the Combo St. Mary's division. This symbolic bridge was built in 1986 and named after Sir George Chardin Dantin, who was governor of the Gambia between 1900 and January 1911. This vast area of the creek on the eastern part is largely used for boat trips and small-scale fishing. Our mission here was to interact with the boaters who offer services to bird lovers and nature enthusiasts on leisurely floats to discover the beauty of the smiling coast. A good number of specially customized boats, all anchored on the still waters. We arranged a leisure boat to experience what boat operators say is a delightful cruise along the beautiful waterways. The scenic cruise along the mangrove forest indeed offered an enjoyable close encounter with Mother Nature. But there are serious concerns over the presence of some foreign fishing trawlers in the creek, such as these Chinese trawlers anchored just next to the Dantin Bridge.
Those trawlers that are trawling that place are too big for the creek in such a way that they would kill all the juvenile fish. And anybody who knows what the sea is all about knows that it's the creek where the small fishes grow before they go to the ocean. Now, apart from that, we also have the mangroves, which has taken hundreds of years to be where they are today. And that's where many women in the Gambia, their livelihood depends on the mangroves, on the oysters. That's where they've fed all their children up to this stage. Now, those oysters are going.
The mangroves are generally a welcoming habitat for a variety of fish and other marine species. Officials, however, say the presence of these trawlers in the creek could be a threat to the marine species.
For the last 2 years, you've seen the Chinese fishing boats. This is not a place for them. They're destroying the environment. You've seen the mangroves that have been completely destroyed. When they do repairs on their boats, the anti-fouling is sent back to the sea, poisoning the fish. You've seen that. And also the nets that they have. The authorities need to do something.
We cannot use this creek with this vessel because we are current tourists. We have local women who normally go and find for oysters. So now they are afraid to come inside this mangrove because of this vessel.
Because of accident?
Because of accident. Because when these vessels are passing, their wave is too high and their boat is just 30 centimeters by 2.5 meters. So their wave is very high. They will capsize the boat. That's why the ladies now, they are afraid to come and have oysters in this creek.
As we cruised further inland, we came across another set of trawlers. Again, they are owned by some Chinese investors and docked in the creek about 10 miles from the Dantin Bridge.
Because normally we use these roads, like when we are going James Island and Lamin Lodge fishing, we normally use this way to go in and out. Sometimes we have a problem with these trawlers here. Inside 2019, when they come, their first 2 months, we have 3 accidents here.
Among the many questions being asked is who authorized the presence of these foreign trawlers on this creek, and whether or not they are evading tax at the main harbor where they should dock.
Because under normal circumstances, when they need to clean their boats and this is where they're supposed to be, at the ports in Banjul. Now, I do not know why they are not here. This is supposed to be their place, and this is why we are here to find out why they are at the Dantin Bridge when it's just a small creek.
When this new company, they come, they bring their own trawlers, they build their own jetty. Instead of they dock in Banjul, they will come here inside the creek and dock here. And here is not the place to dock. You have to dock in Banjul so you can deliver. Because any night you spend at the port, you pay some money. So they are here, they are docking here, they are not paying anything in the government. That's the losses in this government.
We sailed to one of the sandbanks reportedly being used by the foreign fishermen for the scrapping of their trawlers, instead of doing it at the main harbor in Banjul.
Sometimes these Chinese, when it's a high tide, they bring their boat here and dock it here. After the low tide, they make this crazy here. Instead of to take their boat in shipyard at Banjul, when they're in shipyard at Banjul, every night you have to pay, every day you have to pay some money. Instead of that, they bring their boat here. Here is very high. So nobody will see them. If you are in the highway, you will not see this place. Just you come with a boat, you meet them, they are scraping their boat here. After they paint their boat, and they go back to their place. And this is the evidence. These are the cells from their boats.
Actually, what we would want the authority is to bring those trawlers to where they're supposed to be and take them out of that creek. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is not because I'm talking from a selfish end. We've had 2 or 3 accidents with those trawlers with our boats. Okay, we are not going to wait for disaster to happen before we start talking. This is the right time. Let them come to the ports here. Let them dock here and pay the normal taxes like all other people are doing.
Samuel Ba, GRTS.